Would you donate your brain to advance stroke management?
My brain, unless I'm dead.
Yes. Yes, actually.
Yes, it can be written that I can donate it.
Yes, when you are dead, yes. Thank you very much.
I want my brain to complete. So if they go heavy, you go complete.
Ẹ wo ọpọlọ yẹn náà mo fẹ́ fi lọ lùwájú Ọlọ́run ẹ má jẹ́ kan fa àwọn lè fa.
Ṣùgbọ́n sá ṣe mọ̀ pé tí wọ́n bá ti gbé òkú sínú sàárè ṣe mọ̀ pé gbogbo ẹ̀ sì máa jẹrà náà.
Ẹ jẹ́ kó jẹrà mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ torí Ọlọ́run ló fún wa gan ó ní nǹkan tó ní tó fi ṣe.
Human beings generally are enemy to anything that they are ignorant about.
I think one of the challenges we have naturally is lack of understanding of what neurobanking is. And if someone did not understand what it means, then it is difficult to believe in whatever you are saying.
The donation and storage of body tissues to advance medicine and research is a novel idea in Africa, and as such may appear foreign to some Africans. However, it is not foreign in other parts of the world.
Culturally, we believe we are whole, and when we die, we should go back whole. So it's not in our culture to say, oh, I have an illness or a part of my body is cut. That's why people say, I better die whole me than to remove a part of me. So it's alien to our culture.
When you are waking up on the day of judgment, what will you tell God? You donated your part to somebody. What for? He didn't create you like that. So culturally, it sends a very damning thing on the individual and the community as a whole.
People don't believe that even if you cut my finger, that I will come back with the 10 fingers. Most likely I may come with 9.5. So to now take the brain out is unimaginable. Even when I'm dead. And then when I come back next time, am I likely to come with a brain? Or is it going to be half of the brain?
When you die without a part of you, it's seen as a bad omen.
And people give reasons like, how can, if I die, how can I go to heaven without my brain? Or my family will not like it. Or, I want to be buried complete.
When somebody die.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
when I die, Abby.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't use my brain.
Yes, ma'am.
But Jesus.
But we are not the one using it, man.
We just want to know if it is something that you accept.
If you can allow it.
I don't allow.
Why,
I
ma'am?
use my I want my brain to complete. So if they go heavy, you go complete.
So there's this misconception about creation, reincarnation, and so on, that people believe if you come as a whole human being, you should just go with full body like that.
The concept of Ori in Yoruba belief system has a link to the divinity of the individual, and is as considered as the source of life.
In fact, there are anecdotes that say if you come this life, if you are not, if you are a bad person, when you are coming in the next generation, you will come either with 1.5 hands. So somebody that is not complete is looked at as an imperfect person, not a whole person, coupled with the fact that must have offended the gods. Must have offended the gods. Why would the person go and donate? No, so you better just leave me and let me go full as I came.
Even to have an autopsy and cut a person open is an anomaly for many people. It's not very acceptable to say they said they want to do an autopsy. People first of all look at this, so they will cut him raggedly and start to remove some product. Now you are now talking even that we want the family to agree for us to use the brain for research.
In some localities, when people know is a kind of why would individuals use his body for another exchange it for another thing, so it's not expected. Yes.
Mi ò sínú ẹgbẹ́ òkùnkùn kankan débi pé bóyá máa gbé wọ́n ṣẹ̀ tó máa la ọpọlọ mi lẹ́yìn ọ̀rẹ́ yìí àwọn èèyàn ó rò pé bóyá mo ní nǹkan ni kèsì tí ìdábẹ́ mi ò ní ṣe ọ̀dà fún mi láti bí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́yìn wọ́n wà rò àti àṣọ owó tí ń déhùn.
Everything revolves around it in terms of destiny, in terms of success in life, in terms of achievement, in terms of bad luck and whatever is considered as what the individual has predestined.
Ètò tí wọ́n sọ tó wá kángun ẹ̀ tí màá sì yìn gbọ́ láti jẹ́ pé nígbà tí n bá dàgbà tí máa lè di àgbáre wọ́n wà ní àwọn fẹ́ lu ọpọlọ mi ṣùgbọ́n nítorí pé èké ti dáyé àṣà àdàpọ̀ mu Yorùbá mi wọ́n á sọ yí pé bóyá àbẹ́yẹ̀ wà nú ẹgbẹ́ kan ni wọ́n á yọ eyín rẹ̀ ojú rẹ̀ ọpọlọ rẹ̀ ẹpọ̀n rẹ̀ ọwọ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n á ní wọ́n wá yọ tó sì jẹ́ pé bóyá èèyàn kàn fẹ́ kó jẹ́ àǹfààní fún ẹlòmíì ni.
In fact, people may be with suspicion that maybe the person has used the brain to make money, or use a part of the body to make money, or somebody in the family who was close to him at death has used that to make. So there's a lot of complications around that.
You cannot, but of course, be conscious of the feelings, the beliefs, the cultural perceptions, religious beliefs of the research subjects, and of course of the research environment.
In Africa, there are over 3,000 tribes speaking over 2,000 languages and dialects. A tribe is an organization of people who share the same culture and language. In many African tribes, the family connotes not just the nuclear family, but the extended family. In fact, in some tribes, marriages between two people is considered to be marriage between two families.
Ṣé lè gba àwọn oníṣègùn òyìnbó àtàwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ láàyè láti lo ọpọlọ yín fún àǹfààní ìwádìí lẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá rí bí àgbáre?
Yes, mo lè ìyẹn ṣe pé tẹ́yìn bá ti kọjá lọ ìyẹn kù sí ọwọ́ àwọn ọmọ.
Ẹ ti sọ fún wọn sílẹ̀ mo ti gbà láyé síbi àwọn onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ lò.
Èmi lè gbà kẹ́gbẹ́ mi gbà káwọn ọmọ mọ́ gbà àbí òye yín.
It's difficult for an individual most of the time to take singular acts about even their own body. It's very difficult
for individuals to disengage with part of the body for whatever reason. there's this question of who should take the decision. Is it the individual, or must it be with, in conjunction with the family member, or who among the family members should be in position to take that decision?
The primary decision lies with the owner of the body. That's the bottom line, and that's why it's that person that signs the consent. We don't invite other family members to sign the consent, only maybe as witness, but not as a primary person.
In Africa, and for that matter Ghana, we have this very extended family. We have the nuclear family and then the extended family. We do things in common, we discuss things before we arrive at the decision and then implementation. However, it's not always the case that the entire family will agree on an issue.
What they said about is real. Even in marriage, people are still dependent on the family to marry. Whereas the expectation is that you see somebody you like, you agree, and you just tell your family and go. You may not be able to go free. You may have a lot of obstacles to go. So the same thing in this instance. The family is key. They are very important.
The family cannot contradict the wishes of the primary owner of the body. Either way. Sometimes, some people even say this is where they want to be buried. And the family respects that and will not try to reverse it. So it still boils down to the person.
It's not that they can't do it, but they'll start to say, they will talk about me. It's not that they may not want to do it, but because people will talk. That's all. It's not their own mind. It's not their own decision. But they depend on somebody else. So decisions about self is still predominantly dependent on group status. It's not mostly individual.
Ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tá wà yìí, oríṣiríṣi àṣà àti ṣe nípa ẹni tó bá kú la máa ń ní. Tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó wà peculiar sí family kọ̀ọ̀kan. So àwọn ìdílé mi bóyá ó níbi tó máa sin wọ́n sí, olóró tó máa ṣe, ó ní bó ṣe máa sin wọ́n kó máa fa àkúfà. So àwọn ìlú mi dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ òkú wọn kò sí ẹni tí ibi tó bá sí sí. So ó máa ní kéèyàn bí àwọn family èèyàn kéèyàn rò dáadáa kéèyàn tó lè dáhùn irú ìbéèrè.
I think it will be important to center the family issue as it is. There's no way you do it independently.
Torí àǹfààní ló máa jẹ́ fún ẹlòmíì. So téèyàn bá dẹ̀ iye téèyàn bá lè ṣe kéèyàn tó kú kéèyàn fi ran àwọn ọmọ ènìyàn lọ́wọ́ téèyàn bá tún kú náà téèyàn bá tún láǹfààní náà kéèyàn ṣe.
I asked somebody, how have they been able to detect AIDS? If somebody has not donated his blood, and for science to know that, oh, this is HIV, before it is translated into AIDS. If somebody has not done it, how are we going to know that it is happening?
When my father died, he was asked to do a certain investigation. We had not done it by the time he died. And he said, oh, let's do postmortem. I said, no, just let him go. When I'm thinking back, I could have, but I said, no, just leave him. He came whole, let him go back whole. That is the natural way that we think about postmortem, about brain donation. But the whole essence of doing that is to further research, to investigate why did it happen. Because if we don't know why it happened, then we can't stop it. That's why in some families, they'll say, oh, that disease runs in the family. It runs in the family because we didn't bother to find out what is it. And so everybody keep doing the same thing. It may be related to food, and we keep eating the same type of food. And so everybody comes down with the same kind of disease and say, oh, it runs.
So we've seen that there are traits that are consistent with certain families. You know, if peradventure someone in the family is willing to donate his brain after death, it can go a long way to solve certain things. Now, that brain donation will form a basis for research, and it's easy to trace, oh, there is certain things that is predominant in this lineage and can be addressed. Now, you won't have just helped other people, but you have gone a long way to help your immediate family.
So if somebody in Africa will not donate his tissue for scientific purpose to be able to detect what is wrong with Africa, then how are we going to fight the problem in Africa?
I understand the fact that you could say, so will I be buried without the brain? Well, of course, this body has, at best, after death, is a carcass.
This is what we are saying about
neurobiobanking.
Really, it's to help in medicine and clinical sciences. People often assume we're trying to take tissues so as to use it for blood money. But this mindset doesn't really help. Things are changing. It is true that people are involving themselves in blood money, but that is the way of the devil. It is not sanity or Christian-like. Let us help so that doctors who need samples or any other thing would get what they need to help us all.
And so we need people to say, take this when I am gone and use it, so that what happened to me will not happen to another person. And it takes the love of somebody else to do that. Because if you don't love yourself and don't love another person, you'll not be able to do that.
If I'm much more concerned about my brother, if I'm much more concerned about helping out with him, and assuming I die today, means there will be nothing wrong with using what I have to service or to help my brother live.
And so it takes the love of your community, your nation, to be able to say, I give permission that when I am gone, use this for further research.
The bottom line is that being sacrificial. And it's also a responsibility or a call to us to be able to sacrifice certain things. Of course, our sacrifice might not necessarily be that we are alive and we have to remove our organs and give. But of course, we've transited, so it's easy for us to, for what is left in us to be taken and given to another, or probably used to further research.
Let's accept change. Maybe we have lived in the background, and that thing has now become an institution and now become a hindrance onto forward movement and progress. The world is changing. Every day things are changing. The world is dynamic. Life doesn't stay at one place. Life is moving forward.
We have a saying in Tree language which says that when seasons change, you also need to change. Let us help. This neurobiobanking that we're talking about can help solve many issues.
And the assurance that we researchers are saying is that what you give us, what you say to us, use for research, the credit is still going to come back to you. Many times you read about, they name something after somebody. Is the person who volunteered, say, this is my life, use it.
And it's a call. It's not just a persuasion, but it's actually a call to service. It's a call to service for every one of us.